Hi, it's Ramsey Dewey at the JX Fight Club in Shanghai, China. And today we have a question from Lonnie Smith, who asks, Ramsey, what is your opinion of Aikido? Now, my opinion of Aikido has actually changed pretty radically in the last week alone, and I'll tell you why. Largely because of the comments section in my videos. So I made a video about women's self-defense, where we try out a bunch of women's self-defense techniques, and they all fail miserably when any level of resistance is applied. And in one of those videos, one of my students mentioned something about Aikido. He said, these self-defense videos are not realistic because there is no dynamic tension, basically. He said, if you are an Aikido practitioner, for example, and my student actually had practiced Aikido. So he's speaking from experience. If you are an Aikido practitioner, for example, you know that your moves are set up based on your opponent's reaction. So if he pushes, for example, you can pull. If he pulls, you can push. So that's really all that we said about Aikido in this video. But, oh man, there were some angry people in the comment section. Virtually screaming at me, how dare you disrespect Aikido like that? And I had no idea that the most sensitive martial artists on the internet were Aikido practitioners until we put that video out. I used to think it was Krav Maga. Because, man, there are some good Krav Maga schools out there, and there are a lot of crappy ones. And anytime that I have insinuated that I have had an experience with a Krav Maga instructor or student or school that was not very good, people come out of the woodwork to defend it. No, everything about Krav Maga is perfect. But man, the Aikido people in the comments brought it up to a whole new level, and this surprised me. This surprised me a lot. Now, previously, my experience with Aikido practitioners was they tend to be normal people, fairly chill, relaxed people who are realistic about their expectations and realistic about their martial art. For example, I have a student who is an Aikido black belt, and he's a cool guy, and he's very realistic about what Aikido is. Now, it's an interesting martial art because the founder, what was his name? Crap, I'm forgetting his name. So the founder of Aikido, he practiced judo, jujitsu, and kendo, these martial arts that actually have live resistance. And he appreciated the, how can I put this, the non-competitive aspects that these martial arts brought to his life. He appreciated the way that these martial arts had allowed his character to develop. He built up a philosophy around the harmony that these martial arts principles from these other martial arts, kendo, judo, jiu-jitsu, brought to his life. And he wanted to teach that and share that with his students based on the combative movements of those other martial arts. And so Aikido is based in true, solid principles of combat that work, or I should say worked at some point in real fights. But what's interesting about Aikido is that it is non-competitive. Competition is contrary to the philosophy of Aikido. And so if people are honest about what it is, I practice Aikido because I want to, become a better person or have a neat experience. And I want to do that through the medium of practicing movements from physical combat. All right, that's cool. A lot of people come to my gym for the exact same thing. They have no intention of ever getting in a cage fight, but they want to practice and train like a fighter in order to push themselves past mental barriers or lift themselves up in a different way than simply studying philosophy at a cerebral or intellectual level could ever do. So one thing that's great about Aikido as a philosophy is that it does not separate the mind and the body. The philosophy of Aikido understands that the mind and the body are connected. Your mind is your body is your mind. And I think that's really cool. Now, as far as some of these comments I got on this last video, one in particular, this fellow trying to jump down my throat about how Aikido is the ultimate lethal killing system. Oh man, he's telling me, how dare you diss Aikido because this military and this police force and whatever does Aikido and I do Aikido and I've been in all these street fights and whatever. And I'm like, are you sure you do Aikido, this martial art that is all about this philosophy of peace and harmony? And you're talking to me about winning street fights? I don't know, that doesn't add up. Picking fights on the internet, that doesn't sound very harmonious to me. But then again, I am not an Aikido practitioner, and the last thing I want to do is tell Aikido practitioners what their philosophy is. One thing that bothers me is when people tell me, for example, what my religion is and what I believe. I know what I believe. I know what my religion is. I do not need you to tell me what I believe. But that happens quite often. Happens quite often in the comment section down below, and it's aggravating. So I answered a question a while back about UFOs, about how I saw this thing up in the sky when I was a kid, and a discussion about that. And a guy down in the comment section said, well, I know that because you're a Mormon, because you're religious, then you obviously don't believe that extraterrestrials are a possibility. Like, really? You don't know what I believe. Man, if there's any religion on planet Earth that is open to the possibility of extraterrestrial life, man, it's the Mormons, let me tell you what. Why? Because we believe in worlds without number. Are we alone in the universe? No, my friends, no. I'll tell you a little bit about what I believe about God and the universe and everything, about this infinite construct right here, that it goes on and on and on, my friends. So, Aikido. I'll leave it right there so as to not further push my beliefs about what your beliefs are. Because again, I'm not an Aikido practitioner. I have seen Aikido. I am familiar with some of the techniques of Aikido. But at the end of the day, it's not my thing. Thank you for watching. Now get out there and train.